idea that immigrants come over here and they don't know anything and they're dragging us down, because we all come from immigrants, including you, Tomi Lahren.
She talks about low skills. What exactly are her skills?
Her second great-grandmother had been here for 10 years, yet spoke no English. Oh, my gosh. 1930 census says Tommy's 3 times great-grandmother had been here for 41 years and still spoke German. She didn't speak English either.
When it comes to live TV, heated debates are expected. But what Sunny Hostin pulled on Tomi Lahren was more than just a difference of opinion. It was personal debate on immigration, turned into an ugly attempt to mock Laren's ancestry on live television. But what happened next left Hostin stunned and silent. Let's break it all down, because this moment is one for the books. It all started when Sunny Hostin decided to bring up Tomi Laren's family history, insinuating that her ancestors' immigration somehow contradicted her stance on modern immigration policies. But Lahren didn't back down for a second. She came prepared. Well, Tomi began confidently. A woman over the weekend decided to dig into my family history, hoping to find some gotcha moment to call me a hypocrite for supporting merit-based immigration. And guess what she found? That my family, who came here legally in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, spoke Norwegian and German. That's it. The audience may have been waiting for Lahren to falter. But instead, she turned the tables. She didn't just fail miserably. Tomi continued, her tone sharp but calm. What she proved was that my family played by the rules, just like I've always advocated. And let's not forget, I'm still waiting for someone to dig into Elizabeth Warren's so-called Ancestry next. The subtle jab had the room buzzing, and even Sunny Hostin couldn't hide her discomfort. It was a classic case of someone trying to score cheap points, but ending up on the losing side of the conversation.
Fox News contributor Tomi Lahren is here to respond to that. So, Tomi, what led to that bashing on The View?
Well, there is a woman over the weekend who took it upon herself to research my family history in hopes of digging up some kind of a gotcha moment, a gotcha angle to validate illegal immigration and open borders. And what she found was really shocking, guys. She found that my family, who came here in the 1800s from Norway and Germany, that they spoke Norwegian and German. Okay. And really what she did is prove that my family came here legally. But what she was hoping to do was try to call me a hypocrite for believing in merit-based immigration. Again, she failed miserably. But this really isn't what she calls resistance genealogy. It's just another indication of Trump derangement syndrome. But I really am happy, though, that she has such a fascination with my family history, and I'm hoping that she will take on Elizabeth Warren's next.
Quickly shifted to immigration policies, with Lahren clarifying her stance. Here's what they don't seem to get. She said, we believe in immigration, what we don't believe in is breaking the law. To do it, there's a right way to enter this country, signing the guest book, proving your credentials, and then there's sneaking, and it's not about hate, it's about respecting the rules. Even the host of The View couldn't deny how well Lahren held her ground. But the tension didn't stop there. One of the co-hosts questioned her again, claiming that times had changed and immigration today was no different from the 1800s. Tomi wasn't having it. Let's be clear. She said firmly, the immigration crisis today is apples to oranges compared to the 1800s. Back then, immigrants came here legally, asked for nothing, and worked hard to build their lives. Today's border crisis involves unchecked IL crossings, potential security risks, and people abusing the system. It's not the same, and pretending it is only makes things worse. The conversation shifted again, with one of the hosts chiming in about DNA testing, questioning how Laren's ancestry was so thoroughly uncovered. Lahren responded with a witty response that had the other Fox News hosts laughing. I don't even need to sign up for 23andMe. She joked. Apparently, Sunny Hostin already did all the research for me. Thanks, Sunny. The humor was lighthearted.
Tomi, a couple of things. They do not understand the conversations about illegal immigration and immigration. One group of people signs the guest book and says, I'd like to stay, here's my credentials. The other sneaks in. They might both be fine people, just as there's a way in and there's a wrong way in. And for them to go that deep in your background, you have gotten under their skin to a level I didn't think was possible. What is it about you that bothers them so much?
Well, it's not just me. It's anybody who advocates for merit-based immigration or has an issue with open borders. And again, just like you said, they don't seem to understand that we on the right believe in immigration. We understand that we are a nation of immigrants, and I am proud of my heritage. However, I do believe that the immigration crisis of today is apples to oranges from what it was in the 1800s when immigrants came to this country legally, were documented, worked for themselves, asked for nothing, and built a life and a family. That has nothing to do with the illegal immigration crisis of today that we must deal with. But they don't want to acknowledge that.
But the message was clear. Tomi Lahren wasn't going to let anyone control the narrative whatsoever. And just when you thought the showdown couldn't get any better, Lahren delivered her final blow aimed directly at The View's credibility. You know I watch this show, and I can't help but notice how often you all veer off into misinformation and personal attacks if you spend half as much time discussing real solutions as you do trying to discredit people like me. Maybe this country would actually move
whatsoever.
forward.
Did you provide them with DNA, 23andMe? Because I cannot believe the detail on your background that they were able to get.
Well, I don't have to. She did all the research for me, so I'm sure my family is very appreciative.
What about Joy saying, though, what are your skills? It's beyond research. It is personal. It is mean.
Well, of course, this is classical Joy Behar, but I would like to ask Joy Behar what her skills are, because perhaps we could swap stories. I know I watch Joy, and she seems like a highly skilled lady, but for her to attack me, that's really interesting. Those in glass houses should not throw stones.
It was a mic drop moment, leaving the host scrambling for a response. But what about you? Do you agree with Tomi's stance on immigration? Or do you side with Sunny and the host of The View? Share your thoughts in the comments below, because this debate is far from over.